Hello, this is Qwerty23, and today I present to you Florio tutorials, Out in the Wild, an advanced guide to Florio. This is the second video in a 3-part series on Florio tutorials. Yesterday, P1 talked about the beginner's guide, and if you have not seen that video, please check it out. There's a link in the description below. In the advanced guide, I will be covering a few topics: the X and semicolon functions, teaming, farming, and creating a build, anthills, hornets, and other mobs, and getting to question mark. First, we will talk about simple topics: the X function, the semicolon function, and teaming. The X function is a command that swaps out all of your petals in your loadout and swaps in all of the petals you have in your inventory. This is an effective way to quickly change strategies or switch in a lot of healing petals. Once the X button is pressed on your keyboard, your petals swap in, but there is only one condition. The petals take at least 2.5 seconds to load in to your build/loadout. For the petals that have a reload time of less than 2.5 seconds, like twins or wings, the reload time will be 2.5 seconds for the first reload and continue with the normal reload time of the petal for the upcoming reloads. If the petal takes more than 2.5 seconds to reload, the reload time will be normal. For example, when the rose is swapped in, its reload time is normal. Next is the semicolon function. Once the semicolon button is pressed, a menu pops up in the bottom right corner of the screen under the map. On the top row, it shows when the game was last updated. Right now, it says July 20th. On the second row, it starts by showing the kilobytes of the game and the game dimensions. In the middle, it shows the milliseconds of lag you're experiencing. In this case, the minimum lag is around 15 milliseconds, the average is around 16.5 milliseconds, and the max amount of lag is around 18 milliseconds. And finally, the last number shown is the frames per second you're getting on the game. Mine is hovering right around 60 FPS, or frames per second. The next chapter in the advanced guide to Florio is teaming. Teaming is a simple way to basically get people not to kill you. The pros of teaming is you have someone who won't kill you and can help you stay alive, and by killing your mobs and killing people who attack you. If you join the WB clan, you are automatically teamed with other WB members. The con of teaming is that not everyone likes a team and hates teamers. Now, here's how to team. There are 2 ways to team. The first is you press shift and or right click multiple times quickly to make your petals go in and out. The second way to team is to move in a small circle or press the WASD keys to move yourself in a circle if you are using keyboard movement. Once the person does one or both of these movements back, you are teamed. The next part of the tutorial is more game and strategy based. The first segment is creating an effective build that fits your playing style. Right now, if you're new to the game and came here after watching the first video by P1 yesterday, link in the description, you're probably starting to find your way around medium. You probably should have 2 roses, a few heavies, and maybe even a few stingers and twins. In medium, some of the easiest petals are stingers and irises. To get these, you can build your first strategy, a killing strat. In your strat, you should have 2 roses, 3 stingers, and an iris, of course after you level up past level 15. To acquire these petals, you can farm cacti and bees for stingers, beetles and ants for irises, and ladybugs for roses, if you don't have those already. This strategy will get you to hard and will guide you to around level 20 to level 25. To learn how to kill in Floor, watch the Expert's Guide to Florio featuring WB, BBDDD, or BD for short, which will come out tomorrow. Once you have played the game a little bit, you can discover what kind of player you are. An offensive player looking to kill other flowers, a defensive player looking to stay alive, or a hybrid of the 2. This is where farming comes in. You can farm the mass selection of mobs to get the petals that fit your playing style. There are 2 types of farming: farming for points and farming because you need petals. When you are farming for points, you want to focus on farming anthills, boulders, and evil centipedes, all which you can find in hard and question mark. Some you can find in medium. When you farm for points, a good tip is to always watch your health and take short breaks to heal and kill any hornets or beetles that have attacked you while you are farming. The other key point of farming is to pick up any petals on the ground, even if you don't want it. This gets you free points. Commons sell for 2 points, unusuals for 10, rares for 50, epics for 200, legendaries for 1,000 points. However, I do not recommend selling legendaries or uniques, which also sell for 2,500 points. You can level up so much quicker with farming by picking up petals on the ground. Now, let's talk about some starter builds to get you, well, started. Some strategies and builds I recommend for players new to the game are the Qwerty killing strat, the BD signature strat, and the P1 signature strat. These strats work best for killing. Wing faster, twin faster, and P strat for farming, and the Qwerty23 signature build, twin faster wing, and stinger faster for the hybrid builds. One of the most helpful mobs for farming and creating a build is the anthill, especially if your build requires wings, fasters, or leaves. You will encounter many of these mobs in the second half of medium, hard, and question mark. Here's some tips on how to farm them and, not die instantly. The way an anthill works is that every time you hit the main base, ants come out. First the baby ants, then the worker ants, then the soldier ants, and then the queen ant. This is the main ant of the hill, and it has the most health. It takes a while to kill it and has the best drops. After the queen ant has been killed, more soldier ants come out, and then the anthill eventually dies. Now, here are some strategies on how to take down the hill. First, you want to circle in and hit the hill once, drawing out a few ants. Once you kill all of them, repeat the action. As you get to the soldier ants, you may realize that once they chase you, they can only go a certain distance out before returning to the hill. This is important to know for when the queen ant comes out. Once all of the ants are killed and the queen ant comes out, you want to move your flower in big circles around the anthill, close enough, though, to keep it chasing you. You want to gradually hit it and pick up the drops when it dies. This method works very well in all situations, but there is a second option to killing the queen ant when there are multiple flowers present around the anthill. This method is good for picking up the loot that the queen ant drops, because the queen ant drops the best petals in the game. You lure out the queen ant and have it chase you until it turns back to the hill. This will force someone else to draw the queen ant, and you should follow right behind them. And for when the loot drops, you are closest to it, and you have the best chance of picking up the petals. When the queen ant is killed, just continue on to farm the rest of the anthill. Next, once you have attained all of the petals for your build, you are ready to go to question mark. Dun dun dun! There are 3 main mobs you'll encounter on the journey to question mark: spiders, beetles, and hornets. If you don't know what these are, then you should watch the mob explanations video, posted a while ago. First, you want to find a route to question mark. Normally, the bottom of hard is the clearest path. Once you start your quest, you should take on a few mobs at a time and killing them little by little. Keep in mind that spiders are faster than you, so beware of that. There's also a variation of hornet called the Einstein hornet, which tracks your movement and is a lot more accurate than other hornets. You keep attracting a few mobs at a time and kill them until you have reached question mark. And the Advanced Guide to Florio. Be sure to watch tomorrow's video, The Expert's Guide to Florio by BD, the 3rd video in the Florio tutorials series. If you have not seen the first video made by P1 or the mob or petal explanations tutorial videos, be sure to check those out. This has been WB Qwerty23 with Florio tutorials, out in the wild, an advanced guide to Florio. I'll see you next time.